we made it to Quandary, a 14er here in Colorado. Tough call. Solomon Speed Cross 5, which I've taken up this mountain before. Actually, the fastest time to the top for me was in this shoe, the Speed Cross 5. The Innovate Arctic Claw, which has the micro spikes built into the outsole. So this is definitely made for the snow and ice. But I decided to go with the Innovate Mud Claw. I just can't pass up testing out the 8mm lug depth on this mountain. So we're gonna give these guys, and for the first time I'm testing out the gaiters that came with the Mud Claw, just to see if the gaiters can help keep some of the snow out of the shoe, more so on the descent down the mountain when you're just bombing down and you never know when you're gonna plunge through that snow. So all right, getting ready, come on. Lap one in the books. Let's go back down. Woo-hoo. Oh man. Embrace the suffering. Embrace the suffering. Oh, too thick, too thick. Bird! You can do this too. You can do this too. You can. Fight, baby. Fight. Come on. Oh, burn, baby, burn. Man, literally shaking my legs out. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's get a fist pound. Good work, sir.
Way to go, brother.
Yeah, man, you got it. Just keep working. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too, man.
Excuse the hair. I realize that I look a little crazy right now. It was a big day in the mountains. Recovery continues. Eating some dark chocolate with almonds. Oh, you better believe it. I don't know. This is like my go-to. I don't like candy. I used to like Snickers, but now it's just all about that dark chocolate. So, recovery continues, and I don't know about you, but for me, goals and dreams make life really exciting, like chasing down PRs, specifically in the running world. And the title of today's vlog, How to Run Faster, I could easily replace that word run with race. So how to race faster. And like today, up on the mountain, meeting all of those people, one of their goals was to get up that mountain and get to the top. And like that was a goal that they set out for that particular day. And so I think we runners are very fortunate to have found this sport, and the fact that we have very specific, tangible goals that we can chase down on our own time. Like, we don't, and listen, I love team sports, don't get me wrong, I'm a big Broncos fan, but you have to come together as a Broncos team or a football team where there's 11 guys working together for a goal, and yet as runners, we can pursue individual goals. And especially as life gets busy, like that's just a beautiful thing. And so let's break it down. Okay, we walk the line, as Johnny Cash used to say. We walk the line as runners in our attempt to achieve a goal, our attempt to get that Boston qualifier, our attempt to break 20 minutes in the 5K. You have to take, in my opinion, calculated risks. We're going to talk more about that in a minute. Calculated risks in your training in order to accomplish a goal. So, fitness versus freshness. Can I use that word, freshness? Is that okay, Will Smith? A little Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, if you will. I'm back. Had to get some water. A little thirsty after today's run. Hold on. Okay. So, for me, fitness versus freshness really comes down to timing. And I think timing within a training block leading up to a peak race is often overlooked. And I personally believe that peaking for a race is an art form, and we've talked a little bit about this in the past, but it's an art form to make sure, and this is the beauty, this is it, to make sure we arrive at that starting line as fit as possible while being as fresh as possible. That's like for me, that is the ultimate goal before the gun goes off at a starting line. And so this is how I am going to finish off this training block. It's crazy, but we're a little over 7 weeks before the Cleveland Marathon. We're in March now. April is coming up real quick. And so 7 weeks, I'm just gonna call it 7 weeks to go. You know that I like to begin my taper for a marathon basically 3 weeks out, okay? So 21 days out. Now for a 5K or a 10K, even a half marathon to a certain extent, I would reduce that time from 3 weeks out to about 14 days out approximately, depending on how my legs are feeling. So 7 weeks to go, 3 weeks of a taper, 7 minus 3 equals 4 weeks. So, over the next 4 weeks, which basically for me is the month of April, I have already begun to tinker, all right? To take those calculated risks to advance my fitness as far as I think I can while still remaining healthy, all right? So, I've laid the foundation, remember, building that aerobic engine over the last, really since January 1st, but it's been a process. And I took a screenshot of my Strava chart of mileage just to show you the ascent up. I did an ascent up, and then remember the race that was supposed to happen in Aspen didn't happen, and I had it in my mind. I knew ahead of time, okay, I'm gonna go back down in volume, And now you see that chart, I'm starting to go back up again. So right now, leading into April with 7 weeks to go, this is my moment to push my fitness forward as far as I think I can while still remaining healthy. I'm taking calculated risks. This week of training is turning out to be pretty solid, pretty intense. You know, the threshold run on Tuesday, yesterday was a middle distance run, today going basically 7,000 feet of vertical gain, and then yes, tomorrow come back for my first baby session of intervals on the track. It's crazy, but it's a big week. So I'm taking calculated risks now. Why? So that when I get to the taper moment, 3 weeks out from the marathon, I believe I'm gonna be as fit as I possibly can be. But the goal is that I'm gonna wake up on the 20th day, the 19th day, the 18th day, the 17th day, leading into the marathon, where I'm gonna wake up and my legs are gonna start to realize, oh, wait a minute, I don't have to go run 16 miles today for a middle distance day. Instead, I get to go 11 miles and then eventually 8 miles. And so it's that cut down of volume in miles in order to get my legs as fresh as possible leading to the starting line. But you can't do a great taper if you're not fit. Does that make sense? So I don't know if I'm making sense here, but I'm trying to get as advance my fitness as far as I can before that 3 week taper is about to happen. And so in conclusion, I'm gonna try and wrap a nice bow on top of this. If you're getting ready for a peak race in the summer, or it's too late for the spring, like the time is already gone, but maybe in the summer, maybe in the fall, maybe, who knows, maybe in 2020, way down the road. But if you're getting ready, like, I'm a big believer, as you know, in laying that aerobic foundation, just nice steady miles for months, really, I would say for 2 months, and then right now, so that basically, let's just say 8 weeks out from your peak race to about 4 to 5 weeks out from the race, that is the moment where I like to take those calculated risks so that I can push my fitness as far as I possibly can, and therefore, when I do start to taper, my legs and my body should be rejoicing. They should say, okay, all right, you're not just gonna drive me into the ground, my legs, my feet, whatever it happens to be, like, that's hurting on your body, and it should hurt. Like, training is a painful process. Like, don't be afraid to be sore. Like, this is part of this is part of being a runner, but then you back it off just a little bit, and then a little bit more, and a little bit more. For me, I like to do 3 weeks. For you, it might be a little different, and it will be different depending on the distance you are racing. So, that is what I mean when I'm talking about how to run faster, how to race faster, fitness versus freshness. Be fit, but also don't be afraid to taper and be fresh, all right? That's how I'm approaching the Cleveland Marathon, and yes, I'll be excited, obviously. Like, don't count your eggs before they're in the basket, right? So we're gonna be on this journey together for the next 7 weeks, just trying to tinker around a little bit and figure out what is going to be the right recipe for this bout with fitness. And once again, keyword is fresh, and the question of the day: how, like in the past, for you and your racing, all the racing you've ever done, have you ever arrived at a starting line a little overtrained or a little too much fitness? Or have you ever arrived at a starting line a little undertrained and not enough fitness? So you maybe were too fresh, like your legs were like, oh, I don't know if I did quite enough in this training block. Or like, oh man, my legs are hurting a little bit before that gun goes off. So that is the question of the day. Share your experience. Maybe share the distance that you raced that day and how it went for you in that particular race. All right. Thank you for being here. What a day. We are doing great here. Just a lot of good things happening. Some new videos coming out soon comparing different shoes. Thank you for your patience with a lot of different things, whether it's with comments or on Strava, comments here on YouTube, replying to your emails. I'm going to update you all very soon about what my game plan is moving forward for communicating with everybody. It's just fun, right? We're just fighting. We're fighting together, fighting for those goals, fighting for those dreams, fighting for some PRs, and just for being alive and breathing in air, right? And seek beauty, work hard, and love each other. See you tomorrow. Woo! Good day in the mountains. Thanks for coming along. And shout out to everyone else that I met out up on the mountain today. That was fun. Boom. Fish pound.